morning, friends. I am here again for the course Aircraft Stability and Control. Today, I am in lecture number 62, which is the questions and their answers of module 2. The name of this module is Lateral and Directional Static Stability. I am Dr. Y.D. Dwivedi, professor from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad, India. In today's topic, we are having lateral and directional static stability. In this lecture, the questions from the question bank will be answered related to the lateral stability, directional stability, component contribution towards lateral and directional static stability, locking of rudder during flying, one engine inoperative during flying. So these and some more questions will be answered and their explanations will be given. Hope this will be quite interesting for the students, those who are interested in lateral and directional static stability. I will start with my Mann Ki Baat session. In Mann Ki Baat, I will discuss about directional static stability and the lateral static stability and how these things are achieved. Once we talk about directional stability, it depends upon the motion of the aircraft with respect to the vertical axis or the z-axis. If we see here that if this is the x, this is the positive x direction, this is the positive y direction, and this is the positive z direction. So if the motion is taking place when this z-axis or the vertical axis remain constant, it means what happened? This x will go towards the left or right. X will go towards left and the right, and same way the y-axis will also move forward. This will move this side and negative y will move this side. This is negative y, this is the negative x, okay, this is the negative z. Okay, so directional stability, when we talk about directional stability, so once the motion is taking place with respect to the z-axis, then we can say that it is a directional motion. This we can see here that this is the aircraft and this aircraft is flying. Due to some beta gust, if it is nose is moving like this, left or right, if it is moving towards the right side, then it is a positive like this, and if it is going towards the left, it is a negative. For the positive directional motion or for the positive yawing moment, the right wing will go backward. That is the convention which normally most of the books are following, that the motion, if it is aircraft is moving forward and due to the some gust, nose has come towards the beta. If beta is in this direction and if it is trying to go towards the beta, then it is a positive. In this case, the right wing will go backward and left wing will go forward. So this is a positive yawing motion. Once we talk about the directional stability, so assume that the aircraft is going forward and a beta is approaching like this. This angle is beta from here to here, and if the gust came, okay, then what will happen? This will also hit here. So if the beta is here, this will also hit. The vertical tail will generate a force like this in this left direction, and it will try to move towards the beta. So for positive beta, we have the coefficient of yawing moment is also positive. So for, in this case, directional static stability for the positive beta, we will have, for positive beta, we will have positive Cn. Okay, it means if this is the aircraft, okay, so if it is moving in this direction, so here is the tail, this is the horizontal tail, and this is the vertical tail. So this beta, this is the positive beta, will generate a negative y force. This will try to move towards this. So it is your vertical stabilizer or fin of the aircraft is acting as a stabilizer, and it is making the aircraft directional stable. So the main contribution of vertical fin is to give a better directional static stability, and this we can see. So here if you see that if we plot the Cn versus beta, it will go like this, positive. This is for stable in yawing. Okay, so that is the meaning. We have seen in the longitudinal static stability case, alpha, and this is the alpha and this is the Cm. In that it was going down. So here it is a Cm alpha and Cm alpha is a negative. But here it is not so. It is neutralizing this beta and making this aircraft directional stable, and these parameters will go like this. So this was about the directional static stability. Now if I talk about lateral static stability, so lateral static stability, it is with respect to the longitudinal axis. This you can see one line is visible. So if aircraft rolling left or right, we can say that it is doing the motion in lateral stability. So rolling is the parameter which gives the lateral stability. So if when we say that aircraft rolling is positive, once the right wing goes down, right wing going down is an indication of the positive rolling motion. It means what happened? To make the aircraft right wing down, here we have the ailerons. These are the ailerons. The left aileron will go down like this, and the right aileron will go up like this. Again, I will say, if I want to make this aircraft roll right wing down, it is a positive rolling. To make this right wing down, we should have here lift more. Here we should have, in the right wing, we should have lift less. So in the right wing, in the left wing, the aileron should go down like this, and here aileron should go up. So here by going down, a force of lift will be generated more this side, and it is going upward, a force of lift will be generated this. A net force will be towards rolling like this. So this force into this distance and this force into this distance, and these both ailerons are acting differential. One will go up, another will go down. So in this way, we are getting the rolling. But how we get the lateral stability? So this motion is happening with respect to the longitudinal axis, and the wings are in the lateral position. Wings are going up or down. So if we are making the wing down, right wing down, then how we are getting the stability? That is my explanation here. And we will see that as and when this is going down, the right wing is experiencing more airflow from the bottom. Because it is going like this, it will experience more relative wind, right wing, than this left wing. So this wing itself acting as a stabilizer for the lateral case, and it will try to push the aircraft again in this same location. So here, this is the positive. If this is the phi is positive, then a negative rolling moment should come. So if I draw here for a positive beta, CL should be negative. This is the criteria for the lateral stability. If I draw the plot between coefficient of rolling moment versus beta, plot will go negative like this. So this is the stable case. So this is the difference between yawing moment or the directional stability and the lateral stability of the aircraft, which I have explained. Now I will go for my some questions I will take, and accordingly I will proceed. Now we should discuss the side slip and side slip angle and its effect. You know that I have told you just now that what is the side slip? If aircraft is moving like this, some wind is coming from the right direction or the right ear of the pilot. So if the wind is coming from the right side, it is called the positive side slip. And the angle between the longitudinal axis of the aircraft to the relative wind is called the side slip angle. This side slip angle will play a very important role for directional stability as well as the lateral static stability. A positive side slip angle beta is always defined if the wind or the relative wind is coming from the right side of the pilot. Then we can say that it is a positive beta and it is from this direction. It is like this. But if it is coming from this, then we can say that it is a negative beta. So for the lateral stability, the coefficient of rolling moment CL, just now I have explained, as you increase the beta, CL of a coefficient of lateral stability should be negative. So that is the explanation, and here this beta is explained in this, and this beta plays and this is called the side slip angle. Side slip angle. And what is the side slip? The side slip, just I will show you here. If aircraft is flying, it is a top view like this. If a aircraft is flying in this and this has come beta from this direction, then what will happen? Aircraft will start flying like this, not in this, because a force will act in this direction and this will try the aircraft to drift like this. So just I am explaining here. If aircraft is flying like this, if there is a beta, aircraft will go forward little right side. If it is flow is from the right side, and if it is from the left side, it will start going like this. So this is the effect of the side slip, and this side slip has to be handled properly by the control, and that control is called the rudder control, that we will be observing in this next session. Identify the reason for the adversia. So what is the adversia? First we have to see the adversia. You know that once I am flying the aircraft like this, and you want to roll right wing down like this. If it is rolling down, nose to go towards the rolling. So it should go like this. But what happened? Just you see here. If I roll right wing down, as I told you, the left wing will generate a more lift than the right wing. The drag force generated by the induced drag generated by the left wing will be more than the right wing. So it should go like this, but this drag will act in this direction. So it will try to move like this. This is called the adversia. Adversia has to be handled by the rudder. So it is trying to go like this. So this rudder has to go towards the right. So it will push like this. So just I am explaining again by the diagram, okay, how these things will happen. Adverse yaw. So okay, so I want to make, this is the right wing. I am writing right wing. This is the left wing. I want to make this rolling, right wing should go down. So this has to go up. To have this up, the left wing to generate more lift. Okay, so I am writing here, this is the L1. And here it will be, because this aileron will be putting down like this. Ailerons are put down. Here what will happen? Aileron has to put up. This is the up and this is the down. So lift will be high, and here lift will be quite less. That is the L2. So L1 minus L2 into this distance from here to here, it is equal distance. Assume it is a Y. So into Y bar. This moment will be making rolling. Rolling will take place. But what will happen about the drag? Here you will get the drag in this direction, D1. And here you will get this much small drag, D2. So what will happen? This D1 is higher. So D1 minus D2 into Y bar will make which direction? It will move in this direction. This is a yawing negative. Yawing negative, and this is called the adverse yaw. This is called the adverse yaw. So how it is happening? The main reason is due to the rolling of the aircraft, the variation of the lift on the left wing and the variation of the lift on the right wings are different. As the lift is more in the left wing, the drag D1 is generated by the left wing is higher than the drag generated by the D2, by the right wing. So this we will try to move like this. This is called adverse yaw, and this is opposite to the required. It's supposed to move like this, but it is moving like this. So how to counter? So we have here one vertical stabilizer, and in this we have the rudder. This is called the rudder. Okay. So how to counter this? So it is going in this left side. So we need a force which should act in this direction. So how to generate? So this we have to move. I'm making here again a clear cut. This is the rudder. So rudder to move in this direction. So this wind will come here. A force will be generating. A moment will be generating. This moment will counter this moment. Okay. So that is the requirement of the rudder. Rudder is very much essential to counter the adverse yaw. That is our requirement, and every aircraft has to cater. If we don't have the rudder also, aircraft can fly. If you don't have the vertical stabilizer or the fin, aircraft can fly and it will achieve the required stability with the help of horizontal tail and the wing. We have to change the shape of the wing as per the required level. Now, third question is illustrate the condition for static directional stability. Okay, so we have discussed this, that the static directional stability, how we can get it and how we can find it. So aircraft is flying like this. Some beta is affecting this, or there is some side slip. This side slip having the angle between the axis of this to this is beta. This beta will try to make the aircraft generate a force by the help of the vertical tail. And if the wind is coming from this direction, it is hitting here, a force will be generating in this direction. This force will make the beta neutral. It means it is a weathercocking. Means aircraft will have the tendency always move towards the direction of the relative wind. And you might have seen the weathercock for measurement of the wind direction. Same way, your aircraft is also acting like a weathercock if the aircraft is stable in dynamic. And what is the condition? This we can see here that if aircraft is this is the aircraft I am making. This is the vertical tail. This is the top view, and this is the wing. Aircraft is moving in this direction. Beta is from, this is the plus beta. Okay, this is happening. Then how the static directional stability is achieved? That is my question. And this you can see that if this wind is coming, same beta will also act here. This is the beta. This is the wind direction. So the force, a y force, will act in this direction. This y, for the positive beta, the y is negative. Force is negative, means in the opposite left side. This is making, here is the CG. This is the CG location. So this force will try to move the aircraft nose in this direction and try to equalize this beta, and aircraft will be directional static stable. The condition is what? The condition is Cn beta should be greater than 0. This is the required directional static stability condition for the aircraft. The Cn beta should be greater than 0. If I draw the plot for coefficient of rolling yawing moment Cn versus side slip angle beta, it will go like this? No. It will not go like this. The plot will not go like this, because it shows that this is the Cn beta is less than 0 or negative. The slope is negative. So how we have to plot? We have to plot like this. So this is the Cn beta greater than 0, and this is the requirement for directional static stability. So to have the directional static stability, at Cn beta should be greater than 0. Means the slope of this curve, it should be positive. The slope should be positive. If the slope is positive, we can say that aircraft is directionally static stable. So this you should remember that only this one condition stands for the directional static stability, that is the Cn beta should be greater than 0. And I have explained what is the meaning of Cn beta. Means here this is the y, and this y is negative, and this y negative making the moment positive. This is the yawing moment. This yawing moment is positive. So we need for the positive beta, we need a positive moment. However, the force generated by this is negative. Okay, so now illustrate the condition for static lateral stability. So Now we have to see that what is the condition for static lateral stability, and we have seen in my Man Ki Baat, my starting also, that this is a coefficient of rolling moment. It is called CL. This CL should be less than 0 or this should be negative. So if I draw the plot between coefficient of rolling moment versus CL beta, so beta, the plot should go from here to here like this. This is the negative slope, and this gives the lateral stability. Lateral stability of aircraft. Okay, so that we have to understand, and we can see here that how it is happening. So if this is a positive, if the wing is going down, it is a positive. This going down will make the force upward. It will try to make negative. That is the meaning of illustration by the help of this aircraft. Again, I will say, aircraft is flying like this. Due to some gust, it is right wing has gone down. This right wing going down will make the static stability, lateral static stability. The relative wind will act upward and it will try to come to its equilibrium position. So this will generate a negative rolling moment. CL beta will be generated by negative by this type of method, and such type of things are called the static lateral stability when CL beta is less than 0 or the slope of CL versus beta is negative. As shown in this, the slope of this plot, if you see, this CL beta is negative. So it is a stable case. Okay, now we have to see the contribution of the aircraft component for static lateral stability. So this we have to, again, we have to see that the different components of aircraft will act in the different ways and how we can get the lateral static stability. The first and foremost is the dihedral effect. It is also sometimes called the dihedral effect. And what is the dihedral? This is the fuselage, and if this is your wing, it is a straight. It do not have any dihedral. But if I put the wing some angle like this is called the gamma angle. Then this is having dihedral, and this is called the dihedral angle. Okay, so if the wings are not straight, they are put some angle, then this is called the dihedral wing, like this. So this dihedral plays a very important role for the lateral static stability that I will be discussing in just next slides. The sign of CL beta must be negative. Just now I had told you previously, CL beta should be less than 0 or the negative. The sign of CL beta should be negative if an aircraft has a roll static stability, or CL beta should be less than 0. A negative CL beta implies that the aircraft generates a rolling moment that rolls the aircraft away from the direction of the side slip. So CL beta negative is what? That we have to understand. If this is the aircraft, beta is coming from this direction, and if you roll the aircraft, then what will happen? If you roll the aircraft, then this lift component will not be vertical, but it will tilt towards the rolling. And there is a vertical component which balances the weight, and there is a horizontal component which will try to drift the aircraft in this direction. So if you roll the aircraft, it will also try to drift. Means a side slip angle is generated. So this side slip angle, this will make that this wing should generate the coefficient of rolling moment opposite to that. Means if it is you made like this, it should try to make like this, and this will happen when CL beta is negative. And the there are few components which are very important to have the aircraft static stability, and you can see that these are the wings. Geometrical main component is a wing, and in this wing we have the geometrical dihedral, wing position, wing sweep, contribution of the vertical tail. So these are the four configuration of the aircraft which will make the aircraft static lateral stable, and that we are going to discuss in this. So now illustrate with the neat diagram about effect of wing geometrical dihedral in static stability. So in the previous I have given the geometrical dihedral. So this we will discuss about the geometrical dihedral and how this dihedral is affecting. So you can see this diagram here. These are the horizontal tail. It is quite away. This is the fin. This is the fin or vertical tail. This is the horizontal tail. These are the engines. This is the fuselage. These are the wings. Okay, so just you can see here that a very good things are happening. If you see, aircraft is moving in this direction. This is your longitudinal axis, and this is the side slip angle beta. If this is generated plus side slip angle beta, then what will happen? If the aircraft has the dihedral gamma, then what will happen? That the right wing or towards the side slip, the wing which is towards the relative wind, that is the, if you see here, it is the right wing. This right wing will generate increased lift on the right wing due to this gamma dihedral angle. If this dihedral is not there, this and this will be, both will be the same, lift will be same. But here this gamma is used to generate additional lift on the right wing, and here the effectiveness of beta will be reduced. So here this lift force which are generated decrease the lift on left wing due to the gamma. So what will happen? This lift is high, so this lift into this distance from CG, this will make the aircraft to roll. So it is shown like this. So negative rolling moment results. So for the positive beta, a negative rolling moment will be generated. You know that I have told you, if the right wing is going down, it is a positive. But here left wing is going down. So if the left wing is going down, it is a negative rolling moment. So CL beta, by the positive beta, a negative CL is generated. It means the dihedral angle produces a static stability, which is the lateral static stability is achieved by the dihedral effect. The wing geometric dihedral provides a significant negative contribution to CL beta. The wing geometric dihedral provides a significant negative contribution to CL beta. The larger the dihedral angle, the more negative rolling moment will result from a positive side slip angle, and the more positive rolling moment will result from a negative side slip angle. This occurs because the wing towards the relative wind, or the right wing for positive side slip and the left wing for the negative side slip, experiences a higher angle of attack than that experienced by the opposite wing. So this right wing, this angle of attack will be more. So this alpha will be alpha normal plus beta, and in the right wing, and alpha left wing, alpha normal minus beta. So this left wing will generate, or the left wing will experience a less angle of attack than the right wing. So right wing will have more lift and left wing will have less lift, and this will generate a negative rolling moment, and this negative rolling moment is due to this beta positive. So the aircraft will be stable in lateral stable case. Okay, that is the issue and which we have to understand. Now the next we have seen that how the wing configuration, different wing configuration we have, and each wing configuration has got some advantages and some disadvantages. If we want to make the aircraft lateral and directional static stable, then we have to make a higher wing. Higher wing will generate a negative rolling moment that results the lateral static stable aircraft. So we can see here that a high wing position will provide a negative contribution to CL beta. Just you can see here, we have here the high wing, flow is coming from this direction. So the wing which is approaching first, this will have a lift in upward direction. So here delta alpha is greater than 0. So here increased lift in this side. And here delta alpha is less than 0. So here negative. And here you have the positive. So this will try to move in this direction. Okay, so negative rolling moment will be generated by the high wing configuration, and a low wing position will provide a positive contribution, and a mid wing position will provide a fairly neutral contribution. So if the wings are fitted at the mid section here like this, there will not be any effect of lateral stability. But another case, when the wing is lower or at the below level of the or bottom of the fuselage, it is fixed like this, then what will happen? The right wing will experience less angle of attack. Here you can see alpha, delta alpha is less, it is decreased lift. This wing is experiencing delta alpha greater than 0, so it is increased lift. So this increased lift will generate a positive rolling moment, and this positive rolling moment will be not stable. Not stable laterally. Okay, so not stable laterally. So if aircraft is the higher winger above the fuselage, it is stable in lateral axis, and if the wings are fitted at the bottom of the fuselage, it will give positive rolling moment, and this positive rolling moment will give instability to the aircraft. That is why if you want to make the aircraft more stable, like our general aviation aircraft, Cessna and all, most of the aircrafts, their wings are above the fuselage. It is very stable for training purpose, for the enjoyment, for recreation, for other requirement. It is very good. However, as the stability is high, the maneuverability and agility of the aircraft is reduced. So you might have seen that most of the fighter aircrafts, their wings are not on the top, but it is bottom. So its maneuverability and agility of the aircraft is tremendously increased. That is why we keep the aircraft, but sometimes we have to make our wings in this configuration. So in this, if we make some changes in the wing, like dihedral, if you make this thing like this, it can achieve the lateral stability also. Just now I have, this is the gamma, this angle is gamma. This gamma or the dihedral angle will provide more angle of attack in this. So lift will be in this direction, and here it will be less, and it will be in opposite direction. It will be in this direction. So if we make a little change in this, being at the lower winger also, we can get the lateral static stability. That we will be going to discuss in the next slides. Now we can see here that lateral static stability. So far, lateral static stability means CL beta should be less than 0 or negative. I have shown here. This is the beta and this is the CL. CL is here coefficient of rolling moment. CL is what? Coefficient of the rolling moment. So if your plot is, if you increase the beta positive, it should be negative, like this. This is also negative. So like this condition you can achieve, and this can happen. The main contribution for this is vertical tail. So if the vertical tail is above, it is good. Higher winger is also good. We can get CL beta negative. If it is lower winger, we should have the dihedral angle. This is the dihedral gamma. So if this angle is there, we can get this lateral static stability. Very good. Your vertical fin is also one of the very important parameter to get this vertical in lateral stability. Oh, how? Just I will explain. You see that the aircraft is flying like this. So you have rolled. By rolling this aircraft, the net lift is tilted towards the rolling. A vertical component of this will support the weight, and the horizontal component will try to drift the aircraft. Due to this drifting, a side slip is generated. This side slip will try to make the aircraft in this direction. This side slip will also hit this aircraft. So this fin. So this fin, a force will be generated, and it will try to make again like this. So if you are rolling the aircraft, for roll also, this vertical fin will try to make the aircraft stable. So the vertical fin, your high winger, dihedral, these are the parameters by which you can make the aircraft laterally stable. Next, if you see that here, if aerodynamic center is ahead to the center of gravity, the Cm of the wing is greater than 0, means ahead. Okay, so if AC is behind the CG, then Cm of the wing will be less than 0. This you can see here, it is a positive, it is a negative Cm. And if AC is ahead, this is the AC and this is the CG, then this will be Cm W will be greater than 0. So these are the also parameters. Sometimes we don't want the aircraft to have the vertical fin. This vertical fin will be not good for the fighter aircraft, because the enemy people will be able to detect the aircraft by their radar. So plane without tail, as tail increases the radar signature, cross section area. So how directional stability can be achieved by the aircraft? So here you can see this is called the sweep angle. This sweep angle is very important. If you have the high sweep angle, this sweep angle will give the directional lateral stability, gives the directional stability. Like B2 bomber, they have their wing configuration in this way, and this configuration or this high sweep angle will provide this directional and lateral static stability of the aircraft. If it is not having any vertical fin, then also we can get the directional stability of the aircraft. You might have seen the birds and all. Birds also do not have the vertical fin. Still, they are very, very highly agile, and most of the fighter aircraft nowadays, they want to make without tail, without the vertical tail, so that the radar cannot detect very easily and aircraft can be escape from the enemy area. Now I will discuss about the wing sweep, how the wing sweep of the aircraft is affecting. So here a side slip angle beta is given, and a side slip angle results in a side velocity that can be broken into two vector component, normal and parallel to the leading edge of the wing. So if you see here, in this, it is from the right side of the wing. So in this right side, if you see, this is the V infinity, and here this is the vertical component Vn. This component is Vn. But if you see the left here, V infinity is same, but the horizontal is high, vertical is less. So in left side, Vn is very less in left side, and the right side of the wing Vn is high. So you know that the velocity is what? This lift is equal to half rho v square SCL. So if the velocity is high, so in this direction you will have more lift, and here you have less lift. So what will happen if this side beta is coming from the right side? Right wing will experience a high velocity and a roll will happen in this direction. With aft sweep, the wing towards the velocity vector, the leading edge has a larger normal velocity component than the wing opposite. As a result, the upstream wing will produce more lift than the downstream wing, resulting in a rolling moment away from the side slip direction. So, you see, it is positive beta, but CL is negative. Here, CL is negative. So, for the positive beta, by sweep itself, it is generating a negative CL and the aircraft is statically stable. So, negative contribution will result for CL beta. So, this you have seen, it is a CL beta is negative. So, the wing sweep will generate lateral static stability and CL beta will also be negative. Now, if you see the vertical tail, if we have the vertical tail upside like this, it is good. Because if it is the side slip from this direction, a force will be generating in this direction and it will try to neutralize the beta. But same thing, if it is here, below this, then what will happen? That is the issue. So, if it is below, it will, if you roll like this, it will make like this. If it is below this thing, rolling it will be further enhanced. CL beta will be positive. So, putting your vertical tail below, it will achieve the directional stability, but rolling stability, it will be further destabilized in rolling. So, here we have seen here a positive side slip angle will result in an aerodynamic force on the vertical tail in the negative y-axis here. If it is the positive from this direction, a force will generate in this direction because the vertical tail is normal above the x or rolling axis of the aircraft. This aerodynamic force produces a negative rolling moment. Okay, so it will produce a CL in this direction. Okay. If it is higher tail, if this tail has gone down, okay, then what will happen? It will destabilize. Same destabilize. So if the AC of this is going below the horizontal, the effect will be totally different. So we should be very much clear that how much theta or the pitch angle of the aircraft has to be changed. If you change a very high pitch angle and your vertical tail is going down of the horizontal, then it will affect very badly and aircraft parameters will change without knowingly. Now, next question is, what is meant by rudder lock? So here, you can see here that it is a 0 and this is the beta angle. So here, delta R means it is a rudder deflection required and rudder deflection. So if you see somewhere, if you reach here, your rudder will be ineffective. So means if you apply the rudder will not do anything. It will not give any effect. That is called the rudder lock. The floating angle of the rudder is depend on the hinge moment parameters, that is called CH beta and CH delta R. With CH beta is greater than 0 and CH delta R is less than 0, the rudder floating angle delta RF, rudder floating angle, this is rudder floating angle, will be positive for positive side slip. Furthermore, the floating angle increases with side slip. At high side slip, the floating angle increases beyond the linear rate indicated by the below equation. Because the center of the pressure moves aft because of flow separation and stall. So what happened that if your rudder is, this is a vertical tail and this is the rudder. So if it is floating, it is hinged. This is the hinge. So if the coming from this direction, pressure will be generated like this and like this. It will float. It will not be like zero. It will be like this. Okay, so if required this, if the angle of this required, if suppose 10 degrees is required and it is already floated 10 degree, then this will be zero, this point. So it will be unaffected. So beyond this, up to here, it is okay. But if you go little ahead, this is very high and whatever you are deflecting, it will be zero, neutralized, no use. So that is called the rudder lock, and this rudder lock is depend upon the hinge point and the free floating condition, how much rudder is floated, that we have to ensure. Now compare the lateral directional stability requirement with longitudinal static stability. So first I will write here longitudinal, then lateral, and then directional. Okay, so for the longitudinal, how much? For the Cm alpha should be less than 0, Cl beta should be less than 0, and Cn beta should be greater than 0. So these are the two conditions. In this, we need one more thing, Cm naught is equal to greater than 0. So this is the stability condition. If you see the trim condition, so in this Cm delta E should be negative, Cm delta L is negative, and Cn delta beta also negative. All should be negative. This is the control parameter. So if we compare that, the lateral and directional, their variation in coefficient of pitching moment Cm and the coefficient of the rolling moment should be less than 0 or the negative. These things should be negative, but for the directional case, Cn beta should be positive. So that is the first criteria. And for the control case, this elevator control power Cm delta E should be negative, and here Cl delta beta should be negative, and Cn delta beta should be also negative. All should be negative. So all control power should be negative. Why the rudder is designed to suit one engine in operative condition? So now we have seen that the main purpose of the rudder is to counter the adversia, and another point was if the multi-engine aircraft, if one engine is failed, how you are able to handle that type of situation. In that type of situation, rudder is very important component to handle the aircraft once the one engine is failed. I am going to discuss here how this rudder is going to handle this one engine failure condition. I am drawing here one aircraft. This is the top view of the aircraft. Here is the wing. This is the wing. Here we have the tail. Here we have the vertical fin. I am drawing from the top view. And this is the rudder. So this is the rudder. Okay. This is the rudder. So now one engine is here. So and another is here. Same distance. Both are having the same distance. I am writing here the propeller like this. The distance from here to here, this center, This is the Y, and here also Y, same distance. Here is the CG, the distance from here AC to CG, this you can write LV. This is the LV. Okay, so now both are, this is the T1 engine and this is the thrust T2. This aircraft is flying. All of a sudden, T2 has got failed. Engine T2, which is in the right wing of the aircraft, this is the right wing, and this is the left wing. So this engine has failed. So this is no use. So how to handle? So what will happen now? If this engine is failed, only this engine will work. So this T1 into this Y. So after failing of the engine, a moment will be generated in this direction. It is clockwise, and this moment will be T1 into Y. This moment, aircraft will try to go towards the right side. So how we can counter this? So we have to make this thing a force, it should generate in this direction. So this force into this LV. So we have to generate a force Fy into LV. And this moment will be in this direction. So this moment by CT, and this is by the CR, means rudder, CT means thrust. This CT T1Y should be countered by Fy into LV. So we have to deflect in which direction? So that it will produce the force in this right direction. We have to deflect like this in left direction, or we have to deflect our rudder in left side so that this will counter the moment. Now illustrate the effect of floating rudder stick free of the directional stability of the aircraft. Directional static stability is concerned with the ability of the aircraft to yaw or weathercock into wind in order to maintain directional equilibrium. Since all aircrafts are required to fly with zero side slip in the yaw sense, positive directional stability is designed in the form of outset. The analysis of stability when the stick is free or the elevator is free to move after the disturbance is called the stick free stability. Now the pressure distribution on the elevator depend on the angle of attack of the tail, elevator deflection and the tab deflection. So if you see here that this is your elevator, this is your tail, this is the elevator here, this is the hinge. So if this is the alpha T, this is the delta E. So here the pressure variation will change like this. And this pressure will generate a force like this. So it will move upward. So this delta E will be negligible and it may go like this. It is called the floating, and it will happen when it is called the free. When the elevator is free, it will try to move, and this is dependent upon the alpha T, delta E. Even if you have the trim tabs will also affect. So the alpha of elevate tail, delta E and delta of tab, these three angle of attack will disturb the floating rudder, and if the rudder is free, it will try to make the things happen like that. During flight, it was observed that rudder got locked at 3 degrees right. Explain how the pilot will handle this condition. Okay, so what is the question? If you are flying the aircraft like this, rudder has got locked to in this direction 3 degrees. So what will happen? A force will be generated towards the left, and this will make to yaw the aircraft toward the right. Okay, so how to handle in this type of situation? Okay, so just I will draw the diagram Here again, this is the elevators. Here is the, these are the ailerons, not, and here we have the vertical, and here you have the rudder. Okay, so this rudder is stuck at 3 degrees. This is 3 degrees. So a force will be generated in this direction, and this is the CG. This your aircraft will move towards the right. So you cannot do that here because it is stuck. So now how we can change this situation? So if it is moving in this direction, can we change the elevator here or any other? How we can counter like this? So if there is an engine, so if we increase the power of right wing engine, so this will give a additional, and this into this will counter this. So that is the one issue. The second issue also we can handle by changing the aileron. So if we want here, if we make this down, here we have to increase more drag. This drag will try to pull this aircraft like this. So these are some combination by which you can handle the situation and you can do the work. Okay, so now I am at the end. These are my references. Robert C. Nelson, Aircraft Stability and Automatic Control. I have also referred the NPTEL lecture of Aircraft Stability and the Control by Professor A.K. Ghosh, IIT Kanpur. If any questions arising from this topic, you are welcome to ask, and I will try to explain. If any queries, you can email to ydudivedi@gmail.com. Thank you very much, and please be tuned for my next lecture number 63 that depend upon the equations of motion. I will take in that and different axis systems, stability axis system, body axis systems, and other things I will be explaining, equations of motion and how this earth axis system to body axis system conversion is important. This all the parameters I will be discussing. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.